Hey, WWE YouTube Nation, I hope you guys are having a great week and a great Friday Eve and Thursday. Probably some of you are going to be watching this episode on Friday. So if you're watching this episode on Friday, happy Friday. Woo, woo. But anyway, guys, we have a very interesting episode ahead of us tonight. So let's not waste any time. Welcome back to the channel of the Ryan Knipe WWE Report right here on YouTube. So in tonight's episode and this episode, we are going to really mainly only talk about two things, and they are both from Monday Night Raw. We are going to talk about some breaking news regarding the phenomenal AJ Styles and Smackdown General Manager Nick Aldis, and then we are going to look at the Kabuki Warriors, the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Kairi Sane and Asuka. Okay, guys, so this past Monday on Raw, we had the Ring General Gunther kick off Raw just 1 week after he defeated the phenomenal AJ Styles on the main event of Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago. And you know, technically, AJ Styles in that match said something he was going to do, and hear me out, he ended up doing in that, and that was tapping out the Ring General Gunther. However, the referee did not see it, therefore it didn't count, and next thing you know, the Ring General Gunther ended up defeating the phenomenal AJ Styles. So this past Monday on Raw, Gunther kicked off the show, guys, and he would end up getting interrupted by the phenomenal AJ Styles. And what the phenomenal AJ Styles wanted was one thing: a rematch against Gunther. And so the Ring General, or what Michael Cole calls him, the career killer Gunther, said to AJ, my answer, if you want a rematch with me, there is one thing you have to do, and that is put your in-ring career, your WWE career on the line. And the caveat to that match was, number one, I want your answer by the end of the night. And you know, the phenomenal AJ Styles thought very long and hard. He even talked to his wife about it, guys. And by the end of Raw this past Monday, he went to Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearson and said, you know what? My wife told me to go kick his ass. So it will be official, guys. 1 week from this Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at the Royal Rumble, 10 years after the phenomenal AJ Styles made his WWE debut in the Royal Rumble match, he will put his in-ring career on the line against the Ring General and the career killer Gunther. But remember, guys, very big matchup because it will be the Royal Rumble, the road to WrestleMania. And at that event 10 years ago in the Royal Rumble match, the phenomenal AJ Styles made his WWE debut, but he will get his rematch one-on-one with Gunther, and the career of AJ Styles is on the line. So earlier today, Friday Night Smackdown GM Nick Aldis took to Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and he invited the phenomenal AJ Styles to Smackdown, guys, and it was made official moments ago. the phenomenal AJ Styles will return to Friday Night Smackdown tomorrow night in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Yes, guys, the phenomenal AJ Styles will return to the show. That the phenomenal AJ Styles belt, which he refers to Smackdown, guys. And I really wonder what SmackDown GM Nick Aldis and AJ Styles have to talk about just 8 days before the Royal Rumble and the road to WrestleMania. But what's really, a huge question is this Monday in Canada on Raw. Will it be the final Raw of the phenomenal AJ Styles? Again, guys, I don't know. To be very honest with you guys, it very could be the final time AJ Styles is on Monday Night Raw. And it is quite maybe a possibility that AJ Styles will be added to the list of the ring general and the career killer Gunther. But you know what? I'm going to ask you guys the exact same question I asked yesterday. Do you guys think that the ring general Gunther will end the in-ring career of AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble 1 week from this Saturday? Okay, we already know that Gunther is in this year's men's Royal Rumble match, guys. The only question is on AJ Styles is two things. One, will he still be in the WWE after his match with Gunther? And the other is, will he be in this year's Royal Rumble match? Now, the Royal Rumble is on Saturday, January 31st, the final day of this month. And in February, the contract of AJ Styles with WWE expires and ends. So, there's a lot going on. But back in December, AJ Styles said this year would be his very last year competing. Okay, so, really, if AJ Styles wins the match against Gunther, he will be entering the Royal Rumble match, and it would be his final Royal Rumble match. Well, I'm going to ask you guys the question again. Do you think, or who do you think will win? Do you think Gunther will be AJ Styles again and end the career of AJ Styles? Or do you think AJ Styles will win and enter the Royal Rumble? Now, let's say that AJ Styles wins the match and then Gunther later in the night eliminates AJ Styles. Well, AJ Styles in that scenario would still be in the WWE, okay? All AJ Styles has to do to keep his contract in WWE is beat Gunther, the career killer, as Michael Cole is calling it, in the one-on-one matchup. But you know what? Look at the past two men that Gunther has ended. Goldberg and the GOAT of the WWE, John Cena. Those are two men that Gunther has retired. And the big question is, will AJ Styles be the next one? Obviously, we're going to have to wait until the Royal Rumble to find that out, guys. But then going back to what SmackDown GM Nick Aldis said earlier today on X or Twitter, he is inviting AJ Styles to SmackDown tomorrow to talk one-on-one. And, what do you think those gentlemen are going to talk about? Okay, because it can't be about a contract on SmackDown. It can't be that. AJ Styles loses the one-on-one match to Gunther. He has to retire and end his career. So, I think the phenomenal AJ Styles is taking a huge gamble putting his career on the line against a guy that has retired Goldberg and John Cena. And ever since, Gunther has beat John Cena, he has been very disrespectful by doing the "You Can't See Me" logo, and he's done it to AJ Styles on more than one occasion. But, he's also bragging week after week about it. He's calling John Cena the B word, So, he's really showing literally the ultimate disrespect of the GOAT, John Cena, guys. And no doubt about it, Gunther may not be the world heavyweight champion, but is there anybody more dangerous on the Monday Night Raw roster or WWE in that manner than Gunther? Yes, guys, there's a lot of guys that are on the top of the food chain right now in the WWE, but the ring general or the career killer, Gunther, could be literally at the top, including all the best in the world and the world heavyweight champion, CM Punk. But, turning our attention to Friday Night Smackdown tomorrow night, I truly wonder what AJ Styles and Nick Aldis are going to talk about. It's actually a funny thing. Those two men of AJ Styles and Nick Aldis, they have a long history. It all went back into TNA Impact Wrestling when SmackDown GM Nick Aldis was a competitor there, So those two, AJ Styles and Nick Aldis actually had one of the greatest rivalries in TNA Impact Wrestling. And they will meet face-to-face inside the ring tomorrow on SmackDown. And I really wonder what that meeting is going to be about. What do you guys think that meeting will be about? So let me know down below in the comment section. Whoopsies, sorry guys. Now speaking of Monday Night Raw, we're going to adjust my camera. We're going to talk about the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane of the Kabuki Warriors, guys. Now, we all know between those two ladies, Asuka and Kairi Sane, that Asuka is leader or dominator of the group, guys. Every time Kairi Sane does a little tiny big mistake, it's like, oh, yeah, well, yeah. By Asuka. She in a way, she's a little cuckoo, But what this has to do with this year's Women's Royal Rumble match is, number one, Asuka is a former Royal Rumble winner. Okay? 2018, Asuka won the Women's Royal Rumble. I actually believe Asuka was the very first ever Women's Royal Rumble match winner, okay? But it's really what happened this past Monday on Raw in the backstage area, okay? Kairi Sane looked Asuka in the eye and told Asuka, I am going to make sure that you win this year's Women's Royal Rumble match winner. Now, if Asuka wins this year's Women's Royal match winner, she would be the second woman to be a two-time Women's Royal Rumble match winner under and last year's Women's Royal Rumble match winner, Charlotte Flair. Just for Charlotte Flair and the Flair family, okay, now, I don't know, really what Kairi Sane did this past Monday on Raw is a couple of things. She put herself in a very tough position, promising Asuka, who's, that and I got to be very honest with you, okay? The Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka, they are a really good tag team. They are one of the best tag teams in the women's division, but the amount of pressure in this year's Women's Royal Rumble match is on Kairi Sane and Nana. Nobody is really talking about it. I mean, she literally promised Asuka that Asuka would become a 2-time Women's Royal Rumble match winner. And it's like the Royal Rumble is Nana, not about friends, and it's Nana, not about allies at all. It's every person for themselves, guys. And you gotta look at the possibility that we are literally, like I said, we are 9 days removed from the 2026 Royal Rumble, guys, and the amount of pressure that Kairi Sane has put on herself is tremendous, guys. And it's like, what happens if Asuka gets eliminated in the Royal Rumble match? I wouldn't, if that happens, I definitely would not want to be Kairi Sane. Just saying. But you know what, guys? I don't know. I mean, maybe putting all this pressure that Kairi Sane put on herself is going to motivate her. I mean, the past couple of weeks prior to this past Monday on Raw, it's been a nightmare for the Kabuki Warriors. Not only did they lose their tag team championships to Io Sky and Rhea Ripley of Rio, but they lost their right to become the #1 contenders and get the rematch. And so, I know that, Kairi Sane loves Asuka and all that, but literally it's the, guys, you saw what Kairi Sane said backstage to Asuka this past Monday on Raw, that I will make sure that you win the Royal Rumble, guys. And it's really a huge amount of pressure, to the extent, is Kairi Sane making a mistake? And if Kairi Sane does not get that job done at the Royal Rumble, what will the consequence be for her? And what will the future be for the Kabuki Warriors? We have to put that in logical, and be logic with it, So I don't know, guys. Now I will say this, in this year's Royal Rumble match, guys, we're gonna have Charlotte Flair, we're gonna have Asuka, there is a rumor that former frenemy of AJ Lee, Paige, will return in this year's Royal Rumble match. Everybody is believing that Paige's return to WWE at this year's Royal Rumble. She will enter at number 30. We don't know that because we don't know who and what number they draw. That's the exciting thing about the Royal Rumble, But, yeah, guys, I mean, I love the Royal Rumble. Back when I was first a WWE fan, I really wasn't a big fan of the Royal Rumble. But then you see, like, how big and how huge the implications are and what the prize of winning the Royal Rumble is. And that's when I really grew on the Royal Rumble a lot. But, yeah, guys, Kairi Sane is putting a huge amount of pressure on herself to make sure that Asuka becomes the second woman to be a 2-time Women's Royal Rumble match winner, guys. And, yeah, I mean, if Asuka does that, it will be a big win for Asuka and Kairi Sane. I think a lot of people do not think Asuka will win this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. But we don't know. Last year it was Charlotte Flair and main event Jey Uso, which both Royal Rumble match winners aren't going to be in this year's Royal Rumble match. But yeah, guys, I don't think Asuka or Kairi Sane are going to be the Royal Rumble winners. And all I have to say is I like it. I'm not really a fan of the Kabuki Warriors, but I am a fan of Kairi Sane. You see the way Asuka treats her. Yeah. I mean, literally, Asuka blamed Kairi Sane for losing the women's tag team championships, guys. And at some point, you got to kind of blame Asuka. Look how she treats Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is like what Io Sky said. Kairi Sane is lost. But Kairi Sane is not cuckoo like, Asuka is. However, you got to put some respect on Asuka's name. She is the first woman to ever win the Women's Royal Rumble match and all that. So there is respect you got to put on it. But, yeah, guys, I mean, I can't believe what the amount of pressure Kairi Sane put herself on this past Monday on Raw. And I really pray for Kairi Sane because, I mean, number one, you don't know what number Asuka's going to get, and you don't know what number Kairi Sane is going to get. Maybe when Kairi Sane is in the Rumble match, Asuka will already be eliminated. Or maybe when Asuka enters the match, Kairi Sane will already be eliminated, So you also got to think of that as well. All right, guys. So again, some of you may be watching this episode on Friday, so happy Friday. But as of right now, it is still Thursday for at least myself. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up and that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not a subscriber, guys. But regarding tomorrow night's Friday Night Smackdown, I want to know what do you think Smackdown GM Nick Aldis and the phenomenal AJ Styles are going to talk about. We are going to have to wait and find out till tomorrow night, guys. But yeah, I'm very excited. Remember, this Saturday is Saturday night's main event. There are only 3 matches announced for it, but they're all 3 are going to be very, very exciting. And guys, we are 9 days away from the Royal Rumble and the road to WrestleMania. So get excited. It is almost it already is Royal Rumble season, but it is almost WrestleMania season, guys. So get exciting. The excitement, I can feel it in the air. But other than that, guys, have a great rest of your night and maybe morning, and I'll see you all in the next episode.